how long? Pete Prisco from CBS Sports HQ talking about the keys to the Browns getting a win in London against the Vikings.
Look at their running game with Judkins, and if you can hand him the football, play a little bit of keep away on this Vikings team and count on your defensive front to provide pressure on third down, that's the formula. Play keep away. When the Vikings do have the ball, they're potentially playing in like, well, we haven't been on the field in 20 minutes, we better make it happen. That can cause a little pressure. I'm thinking maybe Carson Wentz again has a tough one on the road.
And the Vikings offensive line is banged up. O'Neal went out of that game.
Oh, yeah.
Kelly went out of that game. I mean, you have injuries on the offensive line. That's never a good thing against that defensive front of Cleveland, because those guys are playing, not just Myles Garrett, the other guys are playing well up front as well. So it could be a problem for Carson Wentz.
And the Vikings have given up the most sacks in the NFL this season. 18 times Vikings quarterbacks have been sacked.
And Carson Wentz doesn't move as well as he did when he was younger either. So having said that, let me ask you, they mentioned running the football and helping Gabriel out. I'm a big proponent of putting in an extra offensive lineman.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly does help, in those short yardage situations for sure. I think the Browns could certainly do that. And I think that also another thing they could do is run out of more two-back sets. For a lot of defenses, they don't practice the same way they used to, as far as their run fits, with two backs on the field. So, getting a lead blocker in there on occasion, I would certainly love to see Aiden Huntington come out on a few first downs and line up at fullback and, hand Judkins the ball out of the I formation. Something like that, just to kind of put something new out there that we haven't seen a lot of out of the Browns, and give Minnesota some things to think through and work through to counter what they're going to try to do defensively.
Yeah, you go big, and then the run blitzes. It's like, all right, you're going to run into a big human being who's blocking. What do you think about two-back sets with Judkins and Sampson? Because that's another way to create a mismatch for Sampson on a linebacker.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we do certainly need to see a little bit more of that. I want to get Sampson on the field more. I think that Andrew Berry probably would like to get Sampson on the field more as well. Unfortunately for him, his pass blocking hasn't been great to this point, like most young running backs struggle with. So Jerome Ford is a little bit more reliable in that regard. But I think that any snaps that Ford has taken right now from Sampson isn't good for the offense overall, because Sampson is just a more dynamic player out of the backfield. And, you can also split him out a little bit and send him in motion. You can motion him back into the backfield as well. That can help, Dillon Gabriel get some reads on the defense. So I think that they just need to find more creative ways, not only to get the ball in his hands, but I think just having him out there gives the defense something that they have to account for.
Before I let you go, X factors. Who are some guys that you think need to step up for the Browns if they're going to win?
So X factors, I would say this week, of course, Judkins having an effective day running the football would go a long way. I would like to, see Isaiah Bond continue to progress, especially in the absence of Cedric Tillman. I think we might see a little bit more from Jamari Thrash. Naturally, he'll see more snaps this week, but also he had a good rapport with Gabriel during the preseason. So I think Gabriel is, really comfortable throwing the ball to him. So we'll see how that goes. And of course, I just think David Njoku just needs to do a better job of getting more separation, out on his route, so he can get the ball delivered to him and then, go make some plays, with the yards after the catch, like we've become accustomed to witnessing with Njoku.